Well, hello, what is up, everyone? Welcome to XUP. This is Xbox Ultimate Podcast, episode number 196. Yes, that means in about a month we'll be hitting episode 200. And we got a lot to cover over this next 4 weeks because next week will be Gamescom. And man, Xbox is going all out on Gamescom this year. And following that, we're going to have lots of releases of actual games, even more games to play than we already have. So I'm super looking forward to this next few weeks, especially next week when we're going to have a lot of news, a lot of new game trailers, a lot of new announcements, a lot of new things to discuss, showcase to cover. We'll be co-streaming the opening night live here on Fun Speculation, as well as covering some of the news and obviously anything that Xbox shows in their 3 days of streams. But yeah, we're gonna be talking a lot about Gamescom, what to look forward to, the announcements that are supposedly happening, that all the rumor mills are swirling behind the scenes about some other kind of stuff involving Xbox, another game going multi-plat and all this other kind of things. Like, we've got a lot to talk about, man. But it's great to be here with my fam here. We got Fuzzy Belvedere, who I just was on your wife's show, Ferocious V, where we were talking horror movies and stuff. So we did that today, so we're pulling double duty.
Yeah.
But it's awesome to be here with you, man. Thanks for being here, Fuzz.
Yeah. Always awesome being on the podcast with you, Mav, and love being on podcast with Pong as well. And yeah, decided to talk about Dog Soldiers earlier today, and it's worth checking out. May not be the greatest, especially if werewolves aren't your thing, but overall, not bad. But on the gaming side of things, just been playing, one of the supposed rumored games that might be going over the PlayStation. In the rotation, I always have Forza Horizon 5, still collecting the cars. One of my favorite cars out there that I kind of, I guess, missed on the first time they had it around was the Lucid Air Sapphire. So making sure I get that one collected this time around. But other than that, just been watching Twitter devolve into its normal lunacy. It's like, hey, Xbox is about to have great news. Oh, by the way, they're going out of business? Hey, do you know they're going full on third party, and Phil Spencer should be fired? Like it without fail every time before a showcase, the rumors start up. But yeah, we're going to dispel some of them. We're going to talk about some of the stuff at Gamescom. Fingers crossed, hoping for a Elite 3, but
yeah,
we'll see. But
I saw Black Viking make a post about that today too. I put in my 2 cents because he was asking, like, what do you guys want to see for an improvement on the Elite controllers and stuff? And there's some swirlings that we may get another hardware kind of announcement or something. That they said they weren't done with hardware announcements earlier this year, I think. So there's more to come. So maybe that's the controller. Maybe who knows what else. Maybe it's that weird, mysterious black box on the end of the shelf that we saw on that YouTube short that they posted. I think Calorie on Twitter kind of dispelled the thing that we thought was bubble wrap. He said it was green game cases stacked, and it was a distortion from the YouTube short that made it look kind of curved like that. So I think you spot on that, but that still does not explain whatever the rectangular black plastic thing was beside that on the right hand side. So still curious what that was. If you're curious what I'm talking about, check out my Twitter or look at the end of the last night's PM and the PM, where we kind of dove into this speculation about this image that Xbox posted. Anyway, also we have the one and only Pong Soul, who is, man, we're lucky to be graced with his presence tonight, because Friday nights are so rough for him these days.
They are.
No,
they are, sir. But you're certainly not lucky to be graced by.
I absolutely am. I feel honored.
Hell no, sir. No, sir, whatsoever.
We want as much Pong Soul as possible.
No. Everybody's done with me after this long, bro. So whatever.
Is it because you were disappointed in Avowed's delayed? Everybody's done with
obviously.
Pong?
No.
Fuck that guy. He's not allowed to be disappointed.
It's been around for too long, man. So no, happy to be here. Happy to join my two brothers. Fridays do get dicey at this point, but glad I could make it tonight. And obviously we do have some things to talk about. We covered a little bit of this stuff last night. Gamescom's going to be massive. I couldn't believe it, even though I knew it was going to be giant, right? And especially from Xbox's side, reading through what they got planned for those 3 days is just absolutely incredible. The list of games that are going to be there, and like we were talking about last night, it's going to be all new stuff. They're not going to bring the old stuff. We're going to see new gameplay. Plus, we're going to be getting word from people about the hands-on of a lot of these games, because they're going to have them set up to be played as well. I still think, I'm using my intro to talk about this, but I still think that these game companies, I don't understand this. If there's a showcase and you bring a demo of a game, why, after the showcase is over with, don't you release that demo to the public? I don't get this whole thing. Like, there are so many games that are going to be here that I would love to play. Like, why can't we check out the Replace demo that everybody else got to try? Why can't we check that out while we're waiting for it? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to bring that game to a game show like Gamescom or the E3, why not release it to the public and let everybody else touch it? What's the difference? These are public events. The public gets into these. It's not just like journalists. It's not behind closed doors. There's no NDAs. So why not give it to us on the we got to get back to demos is basically what I'm coming down to saying, right? Love Game Pass because Game Pass itself is like having demos, but I want to see more companies give us demos so that we can try these games out in advance and see what they like. That still frustrates me a little bit, hearing all these games are going to be there, but I can't wait to hear what comes out of this show, and we're going to have a lot to talk about next week. Otherwise, this week it's been, like I said last night, First Descendant, back at it, rocking and rolling. And today we got a new trailer for the first season coming out, in which they showed off some of the new enemies. They also showed that they're going to be dropping some more Ultimate characters as well, plus another new character who looks like a dope ass sniper. Right? Snow sniper. She's
a snow sniper?
Yeah, she looks like she's flat out in her snow gear, all white bunny, sniping. And it's looking pretty dope. So I'm all about this. So I can't wait to see. Like, Decado hit me up on X right away and said, Pong Soul, feel like I might need to play a sniper soon. And I said, hey, weird, me too. But yeah, nice 2.5-minute trailer from First Descendant. Loving the hell out of that game. So been doing that, plus some other stuff as well. But that's been the main thing that I've been doing. Just loving it. So, but we got a lot of big releases coming up. So you're gonna be hearing about some new games coming up soon too, especially Ubisoft Plus. It'll be the first time I ever signed up for Ubisoft Plus coming up here. So I'm kind of interested in checking it out. See how it works.
I think you'll enjoy it, sir.
I think so.
Yeah, there's a lot to play right now, for sure on there.
Yeah.
And oh my God, my beautiful wife Caitlin, what's happening? Just showed up
Hi.
here. Well,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah.
Oh,
What are you doing, Caitlin?
thanks.
It actually, everything sounds great and stuff. That's cool.
It took me a second to figure out how to use my stuff again.
Yeah, which mark are you using? Are you using the snowball?
The snowball? Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds better. For some reason, it sounds better than it usually has in the past. So
It's probably just me.
probably so. Hey, this is awesome. Thanks for being here, babe.
Yeah, I was just sitting here doing some work on my computer, so I decided, why not? It's been a while.
Yeah.
Love it.
Hey, do you want to tell Fuzzy what you thought of Dog Soldiers real quick? Because I was on
Oh, no, that's okay. We can just, we can just move forward.
I actually, Mav and I talked about it after the show, Fuzz. I was going to say something because Mav and I actually talked, because when he said Dog Soldiers, I actually did. I have watched that movie, and it's actually pretty decent. I think the acting is it's one of those B movies, like I was telling Mav. Like, you just never know what you're going to get from the acting. But I think the acting is actually really good, and actually some of the writing wasn't bad in it. Like, it wasn't as campy as I thought it was going to be. To Mav's point, some of it could drag on for a little bit. But overall, I did like that movie. So it's a good B flick for sure. I really had a good time with that one. Yeah.
We'll just go with what Pong said. He took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Mav told me that's exactly what you were thinking too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you haven't been here for a while, babe. So you want to tell people what you've been playing and stuff?
I've been playing Hairdresser Simulator.
Yeah. Is it good?
Hey, play what you love what you play, right?
No, I knew that was going to be one of your games that you were going to try. So again, you're the simulator one, so I love hearing about it. Is it actually good?
It's really good. I mean, it's not perfect. It has the graphics aren't great, but that's not really why I'm playing it. I just like the hustle of building the salon and, making money and making every salon I do better and all that stuff. I haven't really been playing House Flipper 2 a lot because I'm pretty disappointed in it. It's just it's not even, I feel like it's not even close to the first one.
Did you give him your feedback?
Huh?
Did you give him your feedback?
No.
You should.
Maybe.
Dude, you are like one of the valid ones who played so much. Like, honestly, you should. No, really, you actually should, because of how much you played the first one.
Yeah.
You should probably give them some feedback. So since you loved it so much, yeah,
maybe I will. But I want to hop back into it and see if I can get into it. But I just recently started playing COD again because I really want to try and get really good before the new one. Because I don't want to be last on the leaderboard with you guys. So, yeah, I've been having fun with that. And then the new season of Fortnite just hit yesterday. And I played 2 games so far. The first one I won, but only because it's like a Marvel theme this season. And the new weapons, some of them, what's the character's name that those was it War Machine? Is that right?
Yeah, War Machine. Yeah.
Yeah, his weapon drops on the map are ridiculously OP that after I got the victory royale, I almost felt bad because whoever I was against didn't even stand a freaking chance.
Yeah, they were hiding in a bush, and she had like this auto cannon, and then she had like the gauntlets for the arms, and then she also had Captain America's shield.
I didn't use that to win though.
No, you just had all the War Machine stuff.
I have a clip. I need to post it on Twitter. It's like it was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's been my only thing with Fortnite lately is like they keep doing these things where like they have really strong power drops like on the map, and if you're like a good player and you have those, I mean the rest don't really stand a chance. Yeah, it really is. Like the last season they had Magneto's gloves, and that was ridiculously OP, you know, and there's only a couple on the map, so it's not like everybody is even playing field there. It's like if you get those, you know, you're gonna be in the top at least, and it's gonna come down to you and whoever else has the other one. And if you get both,
yeah,
well, then they're just kind of screwed, you know. So, but yeah, I'm glad to see you've been playing and enjoying the new season. I think I'm gonna like this season better than the last for when we play.
Yeah, I hope you play it with me.
I'll dive back in. Fortnite's one of those games like I'll dive in sometimes, play like more regularly, and then I'll stop playing for a long time.
Yeah, I want you to play some more COD with me too.
Yeah, we will. Absolutely.
And then there's that other game that you wanted me to try last night. I forget what it was.
Yeah, Hunt Showdown. Yeah, I installed Hunt Showdown 1896, which is the new update up here. I haven't played it yet, but I wanted to install it downstairs too, so we can give it a go. I did see. I don't know if you guys caught onto this, but there was they made some kind of post because they've been having issues or something with the launch. Are you familiar with what's been going on? Anybody?
Just some UI issues and some minor stuff that a lot of the Hunt community didn't like. So they were very vocal about it right away when the new version launched. So I think that's what they were reacting to. I didn't see overall like there was massive performance issues or anything. I just heard there was some quality of life stuff and some UI stuff that they had changed that the veterans definitely were not liking. So they were responding to that right out the gate. So
so nothing major. Yeah, I like the trailers that I saw for it. The Old West theme, going with the kind of the monsters and zombie kind of things and stuff. Like, it seems pretty cool, man. I like Crytek, but Hunt Showdown is something I never really got into. But yeah, I'm going to be playing this and trying to give it a go soon. But other than that, I've just been playing the hell out of Madden, the Ultimate Team, and college football, some Diablo. Kind of just doing regular rotation on those games. But there's so much to play, man. It's like, I don't know. There's all these games keep taking the time. And when we see all of this list coming up from Gamescom that Xbox was going to showcase, and all these games are coming out like over the next 6 months pretty much, it's like, what? How are we going to play all this stuff? And there's a lot of third-party big games and stuff that aren't even showing up here. at the show as well. So, but shout out to Brandon Martin, who just with a $5 super chat says, "I'm looking forward to Black Myth Wukong, and yes, I'm looking forward to Concord. I will let you know how they both are. Go Birds." You always have to add "Go Birds," man. I appreciate you, Brandon. Yeah, I saw a lot of conversation about Black Myth Wukong and review scores and people arguing about that stuff. I don't really understand what's going on with it. Were people disappointed that it was reviewed low, or were people happy that it reviewed well, or is it like
all the above? All the above, Mav. So you had the whole thing again. What else is new, right?
If I was
Everybody's
to
gonna
make
take
it
a
a
shot.
prediction, it's probably around what I would have guessed. Like for what
I thought it was gonna hit mid to high 80s.
Okay.
Right? I thought it had a better chance at that, but still. But again, you got the people saying, "Oh, they're reporting major bugs. They didn't take enough off. Why did other games get slammed for bugs and get, you know?"
okay, so there's a little bit of that.
There's some
there,
of
yeah.
that. There's some of that because
Yeah.
that's been alluded to in a lot of the reviews that there are bugs here, right?
That's fair point. That's fair criticism. Yeah.
Yep. And once again, this is the PC only version. No PS5 review codes went out at all. At all. Nobody got PS5 review codes.
Yeah.
What's going on, right? Then you had reviewers bringing in nonsense as they want to do. There was a couple reviews that honestly questioned diversity in this fucking game and decided to take it out on some of the supposed rumors about the devs being misogynistic and lower their scores by tons of points. So hurting the Metacritic. So you had people pulling that out. Then you had the people comparing Starfield to Black Myth Wukong, which makes zero fucking sense, but okay. We're going to do that because we've got to go back through that and litigate that whole situation yet again. Two games that couldn't be more different from each other, but somehow the scores mean something. Okay, so we're litigating that again. And then you had the people that were honestly just like, nope, way too low score. This game's game of the year quality because it's on PlayStation 5 and that's it. And so it's game of the year, even though PlayStation 5 review codes didn't go out. So it's PC. So that doesn't make any sense either. So yeah, it was a whole gambit, Mav.
Right.
Everybody had a reason to talk about Black Myth Wukong today. That's for damn sure.
So I'm saying I would imagine a lot of the Xbox guys are like, hey, you know, y'all trashed on Starfield for getting the score.
Well,
you trashed on this for getting the score or whatever. And you know, this is. And now you're
and
praising.
the ponies moved the goalpost.
Yeah, now you're praising this for getting the score right.
Yeah, they moved the goalpost.
Yeah.
Totally different situation, Mav. Totally different. They went back to because the user scores. We have to wait till the user scores. The user scores on Starfield were low for the actual confirmed paid people who did reviews, right? The paid gamers who played the game and actually paid for it. Yeah, those reviews were low. So they kind of were even lower than the critics, which shows that that's why Starfield is a mid game. So we got to wait on Black Myth to see what the user scores are because they could be higher, which would indicate a better game.
Yeah. Here's an idea.
Shut the fuck up.
I have a crazy idea just for people that were excited for Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah.
If you were excited for this game and you see the scores and it came out at what it was, then you have no reason not to still be excited for this game. If you were not excited for this game, then maybe there's some information out there that might get you excited. Maybe there's not.
Yeah.
And if there's not, then move on and who gives a shit about what you think about the game? Because if you aren't excited for it anyway, then why even talk about it? Just saying. Right? You know, like this was kind of like the Starfield discussion and stuff before when people were shit talking it that never even cared to play it. You know what I mean? Like it had good scores from the most. You had a couple of horrible scores from absolutely ridiculous games media people that gave it like a 4 because of social issues and stuff like that. It had nothing to do with the actual game itself. And then you have legitimate concerns with gaming journalism and reviews, like we brought up before, like we have with multi-plats, like Jedi Survivor and stuff like that at launch, and how broken that was and stuff. But like it got ignored and gave it a free pass because EA told them that it's broken. right? Where well, they're still doing updates on that game. Now we're even getting a last-gen version on it. It was weird. But all in all, this whole review conversation, I criticize reviews all the time from games media because I think a lot of them are trash. But 83, it's fine. It was fine before, it's fine now.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's above an 8.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's a good game.
Yeah.
We'll see if it deserves it once it comes out, and obviously we're going to find out what, if anything, is wrong with the PS5 version. It sounds like it's one of those cases where there could be something that's pretty not okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, this is one of the things that I said before. Is like
have to be reported on.
It's a new dev, and like we really don't have a great track record. We got to see how it actually works and stuff. We're on the fence. I think the game had a lot of hype behind it, that it raises some crazy expectations as well. So
people are saying it's gorgeous, but again, what's the console version like?
Yeah,
right. And again, they're not going to have any review. They're not going to have anybody that can talk about it until after people have gone to the store and paid for it, or bought it digitally online, and then get their accounts locked by Sony when they ask for a refund.
I am going to be curious and more. I mean, I am going to be more really curious how Concord reviews.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I think honestly, regardless of what it reviews, it's still going to do shit. Like, I mean, you have a game that doesn't exist that people are getting like canceled for, that talked about it, getting more concurrent players than the Concord open beta did, right?
Yeah.
So that game is just, it's going to flop miserably, but I am curious, like, if the critics still try and paint it as this kind of special thing, which if we go to the previews, that kind of happened. Right,
a little bit. There was some.
IGN did. IGN did.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it proved that there's it could be more than what we're used to in the like 5v5 hero genre. It's doing special stuff. Yeah, I don't see any of that, but regardless, it's interesting to see. Well. We do have games to talk about. We have one game, supposedly a big game. A supposedly big game that will be going to PlayStation from Xbox, according to Shinobi, multiple insiders and everything like that. This is something that's going to be announced soon. Me and Pong talked about this last night on PM in the PM. And I don't know what it could be. The rumors were Forza Horizon from Xbox era. They was putting that out there. I think that came from a lot of speculation on the Reddit and stuff where this originally kind of originated from. So I don't know whatever, because Jez kind of said it's not Forza. So if it's not, is it? I want to ask you, Fuzz. Is it? Do you think it is Forza Horizon? And if it's not, what do you think it is?
I think it could be, but that's without having any inside info on it. Like, it makes sense, much like, Sea of Thieves. And yes, I'm a big Forza fan, but if they're going to start, testing stuff out, what better way to play the evil genius that Microsoft can be and to flood PlayStation with their gas games before PlayStation even gets their gas games off the ground. Like, PlayStation went from having 12 gas games to now it's like 4 or 5 because of all the cancellations. If you keep on putting gas games or games that people are going to spend a lot of time in, because there's going to be a crowd of people that are going to want to collect all the cars or collect certain clothing or collect certain houses in the game and so forth, they're going to spend a lot of time and possibly even money for the extra cars. PlayStation won't really get a leg up to, have enough people to play Concord or have enough people to spend as much time as they are currently on Gran Turismo, because there hasn't really been a good arcade racer other than, you get your Need for Speed. Sure, Motorfest tried its best to copy the Forza Horizon formula, but you don't really have the same staying power with those in comparison to a Forza Horizon. Like we're already at what 40 million, 45 million players for Forza Horizon 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see them looking to get another 5 million people over there at PlayStation or more. And then just give them a taste. It's almost like it's, a drug addiction or something. Yeah, this first one's free, but for Forza Horizon 6, when it's actually in Japan and we have the drifting down the mountainside and racing through the cities on the highways and through the neon parts of the town, you're going to have to buy a Xbox for that or play it on your PC or whatever to get access to Forza Horizon 6. But yeah, we'll give you this taste. It's only been on Xbox for about 5 years now, so it's served its purpose. I mean, anybody that's already in the Xbox ecosystem that wanted to play it has already played it, tried it, or purchased it, or what have you. So what better way to find some extra players outside of the Xbox ecosystem? But if it's not Forza Horizon 5, there's been rumors about Killer Instinct, which would make sense. The whole Sony, having Evo and stuff like that. Even though Killer Instinct is already in Evo, but why not, put that over there as well? Especially if you're considering doing a Killer Instinct 2, better way to drum up excitement across, multiple platforms for the next release. Go ahead and put that over there. But yeah, those are the only two that really come to mind. I'm pretty sure there's some other ones. Like I've heard some people say maybe Flight Sim, which, given that it was a PC title, I don't think the masses will, object to that one either. But me personally, I'm not a fan of any of them going over there. But that's old man ways of old console business stuff that's no longer the norm these days. But from a business standpoint, I would say Forza Horizon 5 probably makes the most sense. Get that money, put that towards Playground, maybe help fund the that aerial combat rumored game that the third team might be working on. And thank PlayStation for the extra, financing on that. So
yeah, it's
we'll see.
I don't know what to make of it. Like I was kind of thinking that it was probably going to be that once I saw as many people were saying that it was, but then I saw that Jez had said that it's not, and I kind of trust him with his reporting and stuff. So like if he's saying it's not and he's just trying to investigate what it is, like that just makes my mind swirl around tons of different possibilities, right? Like it could be we brought up Hellblade 2 last night. That would be a good candidate. So it could be Starfield, even as crazy as that sounds. Like it could be Halo Infinite, which would just set the world on fire, right? It would just set the world on fire. It'd be insane. I'm actually really curious about this because this is something that I haven't really asked you, babe, about, which has been like one of the biggest things that has been going on this year, period, kind of in conversation with gaming. And there's been so much doom and gloom over Xbox because of this. And it's kind of like changed the Xbox community in some ways. Like all this stuff with Xbox has started putting some of their games on PlayStation. We've had Sea of Thieves, Grounded. You have Hi-Fi Rush. These games are have been going multi-plat, and now there's supposed to be another big one about to be announced. And I don't know if I've ever even asked you, like, what do you think about that? Like, does it? Because you're an Xbox gamer, do you like care? Do you think it's like?
Could give two shits. I don't care.
So it doesn't change your experience playing on your Xbox.
Why would it?
I don't know. People are saying it does. People are saying it devalues their Xbox.
That's weird. I mean, no offense to anybody. But yeah, personally, I don't fucking care.
Right.
You could give me like a long list of games, and I probably couldn't even fucking tell you what is like a PlayStation IP. Is that what you call it?
Right.
Or like an Xbox IP. Like I wouldn't even. I mean, there's some I do know, obviously, like Halo and that kind of stuff, but.
So, Caitlin, you're saying you just care about the games?
Yeah.
What?
Of course.
No.
So would you find it crazy if like PlayStation guys were playing Halo with Xbox guys?
Would I find it crazy?
Yeah. Let's say like they announced like Halo Infinite is going to PlayStation, right?
I would feel exactly the same way I feel right now. No, I mean I feel like everyone should get to play everything wherever they want to play it.
Fair enough. I'd never really like asked you.
Someone
much
else
about
playing
it,
a
but-
game on a different platform has zero effect on me.
That's a very fair way to put it. That's honestly exactly how I've felt and how I've said things from the get-go on this. Like, I can make arguments business-wise why I think it's maybe not the best decision for selling consoles, but I think Microsoft now has seemingly just accepted where their place in that market and decided to, hey, our room for growth isn't going to be there, right? And it's going to be all the other things that they're doing on top of it. So they obviously have different aspirations now.
But if you ask me about like what the rumored game or whatever, I thought that Flight Sim made sense.
Yeah, I saw. I think Brett Bingham in the chat was saying that he thinks it could be Flight Sim.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense too. It is Microsoft Flight Sim, so it's not Xbox Flight Sim.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like it's a game that a lot of people would probably enjoy. What are you laughing at?
Just being stupid. I don't know. But yeah, I agree. I think it'd be good, but it's also a game that has a lot of like purchasable content. So
Right.
it makes sense to have as many places as possible. But like I am curious, like if they would just announce the new one because there's a new Flight Sim coming out this year, right? If they would
Is
just
it a new one though, or is it just like are they just adding things to it?
No, it's a new one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can actually be able to get out of your plane, or your hot air balloon, or your helicopter. You'll actually be able to get out. and
What
walk
can you
around.
get out and do?
You can walk around, take pictures and stuff. They're gonna have photo mode and
Climb a
stuff.
mountain.
Can you get out in
Yeah.
like cities and shit?
I don't know what the extent is, but they talked about being able to get out like where you chose to get out. So I don't know what it's gonna look like in a city because we know as you get close to the cities, it doesn't look the greatest.
Right.
And again, it's all the satellite info. But if you're out in the wilderness, like that, I can imagine, like on a mountaintop, like Fuzzy was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that being pretty decent because we saw some of that in the trailer when they showed the deer or whatever else. As
Right.
people were getting on the helicopter. So yeah, I'm curious too, Caitlin, how far they're gonna go with it. But that's
What about
that's
like a tropical beach, like
Yeah.
famous landmarks?
yes, that would be cool too. Like be able to
That
get
could get me to like play
the
that.
Caribbean, get out on the Caribbean.
if you
on
could
the
go
beaches.
and walk up to the Christ the Redeemer statue in like in
Rio de
Brazil,
Janeiro?
yeah.
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 That would
Yeah,
be
it'd be
really
interesting.
cool.
I'm excited to see how that
That would be
works.
huge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, so am I.
I spend so much time crashing with planes in Flight Sim. I should spend more time on the ground, actually. So that maybe they put that as a feature for me.
And is this the one where they're gonna have like rescue missions and
Yes, you
That's
could choose
cool.
a actual like profession, right?
Oh,
you can
wow.
become yeah. You'll be able
Okay.
to do tons of different things. You can even fly signs, advertising if you want to over cities.
Yeah, you
Wow.
can like seed
Wow,
crops.
forest
Yeah.
fires.
Yeah, you could spray. Yeah,
I wonder
you
if you
can
can be
spray.
like package delivery people in
Yes.
like Alaska and stuff like that.
Yes, they showed that. Yes, they showed that landing out in the middle of nowhere because they showed package delivery to the rainforest, like in South America, like drug running
Wow,
for the
that's
government.
cool. I wonder if you can spray for mosquitoes.
Yes, you can. They have
Are
that.
you serious?
Yes, yeah, they showed it. They showed the helicopter.
Yeah.
Yes, you have all that.
So we can be like, have you all seen the movie American Made
Yes,
with the Tom Cruise? If they change the name to Barry
Greatest.
Seal something now,
You'll be able to
Yeah.
make that in this game. Yeah, you'll be able to
It's
make it up as you
drop
go. It's gonna be
packages
dope.
out the back of the plane into the swamp so the little swamp
Yes.
boat guys can come pick up your drugs. Yeah.
Yes,
Maybe
Absolute-
could they
or
like make
blow,
this?
hop in a little plane across the freaking Mexican border, like Blow with Johnny Depp.
Oh.
Oh my God, so good.
Oh,
That would
that's
be
one we need to
fun.
watch.
Yeah,
Again.
Blow
What?
is so
Yeah.
freaking good.
Blow.
Yes, yes.
I haven't seen that.
Isn't Gina Gershon in that?
I think
No.
Penelope Cruz.
Oh,
Penelope
okay.
Cruz.
Yeah, that's right.
And
She was fantastic.
is it Johnny Depp?
Yes,
Seen that?
it's Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you have to.
We
I know
watched
of it.
we watched a movie last night called The Outpost.
Oh, it was really good.
It has Scott Eastwood, Orlando Bloom, a bunch of other guys. I don't know their names honestly, but it's a war movie about like a real thing that happened in Afghanistan. And man, it was crazy, dude. Crazy movie. It's on Netflix. I recommend y'all anybody watch that. If you like a good war movie, if you like based on real things that happened and stuff.
But that movie we watched the night before that was so good. That what's his name? Kurt Russell movie?
Oh yeah, The Breakdown.
Yeah, where his wife gets like kidnapped. That was so good.
Yeah, and they're in the red Jeep Grand Cherokee. Yeah.
Yeah, Masshole Leota as his dad is freaking amazing in there too. It's freaking. I always forget that Leota is.
Oh, Ray Liotta?
Yeah,
Was in
is his
Blowout.
dad in that movie.
I
Yeah,
Oh, I
forget.
love Ray Liotta.
Yes.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
It's so good. Oh my.
If you build it, he will come. I got you, Verg. Verg, or actually, I got to go back a little bit. Microsoft Flights. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. I was just trying to catch up. Brandon Martin hit us earlier with a $2 super chat. It says, Microsoft is bringing Redfall to PS5. If that's the game that they're doing,
that's not happening.
yeah. Like they found the last use for Arcane Austin in life to port Redfall to PS5. That would be crazy.
That's what they were working on the entire time. That's why we didn't get the DLC characters.
Yeah,
because they were working on the PS5.
that's why they
port.
canceled all the expansion and stuff. Yeah, that would be insane. That's hilarious, dude. Thatch, member for 7 months, says not Starfield just because of that refudge guy. That's what I said last night. That's like I just don't want to see the satisfaction on his face. Absolutely, it'll be the most cringiest thing if to see that guy get a win. I just can't. I can't, man. I can't. Berg Brizzle hit us with a $5 super chat. I'm gonna read this two ways because it's both accurate. Mav, your world is awesome. She shows how stupid these doom and gloom ones are. It's all for the console wars. She is the majority. Then he corrected himself and says, your wife is awesome. I went ahead and read it the other way because wife, she is also my world. So yeah. It wasn't too far off, right? So your wife is awesome. She shows how stupid the doom and gloom ones are. It's all for the console wars. She is the majority. Yeah. Most people don't pay attention to this shit, man. She could I could probably name like a bunch of games and ask her, hey, is this a exclusive or whatever? And maybe she says yes or no, but she plays games all the fucking time, right?
I'm not as invested in the world as you guys are, though.
Right.
No, but
that's the point, though. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like again, you take all this away, Caitlin, and we're still gamers.
True. Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we all started. Like we didn't all start podcasting about gaming and then started playing games. We were all gamers first, and that's the way it used to be. Even back in the day when there was still console wars or Nintendo and Sega were doing commercials against each other and all that shit. Right? My buddy had Nintendo. I had Sega. We'd swap each other's consoles out to play each other's games, or obviously sleepovers or whatever. We go over to one house.
I would choose who to sleep over at their house with because they had the console. I didn't.
They had the console. Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that's who we were. We were gamers at heart. Again, to Mav's point, something we talked about plenty of times, right? Obviously, from the business standpoint, the competitor in me, the adult in me says, no, fuck no. We're keeping everything exclusive. We're going old school. You know, we're going to do this the old Peter Moore way. We're going to war. But obviously that's different now. But you are the pure just gamer mentality, which we also all have, that we've all said. At the end of the day, Mav says it too all the time. It doesn't fucking matter to me as a gamer. I don't care. Like it does. I don't care where
It doesn't affect.
No, it doesn't.
Your games.
What plastic box I'm playing a certain game on or who makes that game makes no difference to me if I'm having a freaking great time with the game. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's about gaming at the end of the day.
What I care most about is Xbox making more great games.
Right, exactly. That's what we talk about. Like the
Right.
business wise, we're getting more content, and especially with Game Pass. Game Pass is getting more content than it ever has previously because of how well they're doing. So yes, I want that to continue because I'm riding this until the wheels fall off because it's the best deal in gaming, even though we don't get Avowed this year and I hate it. But it's still the best deal in gaming. Right? So the more they make, the more chance there is that Game Pass just continues to grow. And I keep getting tons of games for one monthly price, which I fucking love. So yeah, let's go. Let's do
You
it.
sound like a Game Pass ad.
I know, because it's true.
You shill.
I'm such a shill. Such a shill. I can't help it that they give us a great fucking deal for a grazer like me, man. I can't help it.
If I was like at a random like get together or party or something, it's like, hey, what's Game Pass, man? I would be like, oh, dude, you just have no idea, man. Let me tell you all about this shit. It is crazy. You can pay $19.99 to get all the games you want. There's tons of new ones dropping day and date. And there's no end to this avalanche of games because they got more and more. And holy shit, Xbox keeps buying more studios to add more to it. Can you even believe Call of Duty is going to be on there this year? Holy fucking shit, man. You got to sign up to Game Pass. Get yourself an Xbox. I mean, that's what I would sound like just to a random person not even being here on a podcast or whatever. You know, like it's just some things you feel like are like you got to praise and talk about because it is legitimately awesome. And I think that's what's always bothered me about all the doom and gloom stuff is like when it's like one of these news things comes out or one of these reports comes out and everybody's like, this is the end of the world. This is like so devastating and like our whole identity and everything is going away. There's no point in even playing anymore and stuff. Is like, why did you play in the first place? Like, were you sitting there and playing Halo or Forza or Gears or whatever because somebody else didn't have it, or were you playing it because you enjoyed it?
Right. Which one?
Right. Which one were you doing? Which one did you just want to feel special, or did you play because you were having a good time?
Or did you never really, honestly, really ever fucking play games? You just like to talk about because of the
Or that's
attention
the
of
other
people.
possibility as well, right? Berg had followed up that other super chat with a $2 super chat. Says, Mav, read my edit before reading my first super chat. I did, but I wanted to read it the other way anyway. So I appreciate you, Berg. But yeah, I mean, you just look at this list of games coming to Gamescom, and my mind is like, whatever game they announce is coming to PlayStation, I'll be like, hey, that's interesting. But I'm more interested really in all this stuff that I know is coming to Xbox. That Xbox is showing because that's the platform I choose to play on because it's the experience I like. And there's a fucking massive
But
list.
what if it is Halo? Aren't you gonna enjoy it less, knowing that other people can play it?
Yeah, I might actually enjoy it more because I might go on and play more just to see how many PlayStation guys have never played Halo before.
Yeah.
And we have this realization,
this influx of like
about the skill level involved with Halo versus the other shooters that are out there, like Call of Duty and some of the military shooters and stuff, where like the time to kill is like, you know, pretty damn quick. You know, you get a few like bullets into the meat of the chest or something and they're down. Halo ain't like that. You know, like Halo's one of the shooters where even if somebody gets the jump on you from behind, your skill level can overturn that matchup and you can come out the victorious in that if you're a better player, right? If you have battle rifle and you are good at getting headshots and you nail it each and every one, and even if they're behind you and they got an assault rifle or whatever, or if they have a battle rifle even and they miss a shot, you turn around, you drop a well-placed grenade at coming through that doorway, and one headshot, they're gone, right? Like, there's so much different level with the skill aspect in Halo that I think is not appreciated from a lot of gamers that play shooters. And this is one of the things, like I've always said, that if you get good at playing Halo, you can play any other shooter, really, because all the other ones for the most part are kind of like more simplified. You know, you get the jump on somebody, it's more about that, right? Halo, it's not just about getting the jump on somebody. It's about actual moment to moment reaction and ability in the time. Like in it, I think that game gameplay wise still is superior to any of the other shooters out there. And I'll stand behind that time and time again. So I want to see PlayStation players actually play it because I want to see that realization of this. I want to actually see it happen. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if they'll do it. I don't know if they'll do it. Maybe eventually. If there is a battle royale announced or something like that, that would be that would be pretty crazy. The time to announce it then. Brett Bingham in the chat earlier was teasing us, and he'll fuck with me in the DMs. He'll like tease me and be like, "Hey, there's more coming this year. We don't know about." Like he clearly knows stuff. He won't tell me what it is. But earlier in our chat, even he was like, "Hey, there's more games coming out this year." Wink face. What does that mean, man?
Nothing. He likes to keep his secrets.
I hate
me up in the DMs all the time, and he does that all the time.
We're the podcasters, and we're like the Xbox like people that have a show, but there's people in our chat that know way more shit than we do because there's actually there's people like Mr. Joanna Dark's there in the chat. He fucking works for Xbox,
and he knows shit. 3-bit knows shit. Everybody knows shit.
Brandon Martin worked for fucking worked on Call of Duty. Like 3-bits there, like Insane Cakes works on Bethesda. He hangs out in our chat sometimes, and he knows what ZeniMax has got to be working on. He has to know, man.
He knows the ZeniMax Online new game.
It drives me crazy. You fuckers in our chat won't share these details with us, man. You just like to see us speculate. That's what I think that's why you guys show up. You like to see how wrong we are all the time with our speculation.
They laugh at us behind our backs.
Yeah. Like, you fuckers don't know what you're talking about. I do. But I won't share. But yeah, there could be new game announcements actually happening soon.
They said there was going to be some here, so we'll see.
Like, do we think first party? Like, do they actually have first party shit like in their back pocket?
Do it. ZeniMax Online's got to announce their game at some point, man. They've been over 6 years, bro. Come on, man.
Same thing with Double Fine.
Yeah, you're right. Double Fine's got something.
That's a good call out.
So yeah, they've got so much now that they're gonna have E3s. They don't have to hold for E3. Like, yeah, E3 is still gonna be massive. Obviously, E3 time's always gonna be massive for them. But look at this year; they did a whole E3 without hardly any third-party stuff at all. Like, it was all first party. That's going to continue. And every year is going to have a Call of Duty coming out, as far as we're aware of, or something to do on that. So yeah, they could start using these other showcases. And this one is a big one. Like I said, this is like another E3 week. You guys actually look at this. This is almost bigger than E3 because it's not just Xbox here at Gamescom, right? There's going to be tons of new stuff shown here at Gamescom. But if you just look at Xbox alone, what they're showing off, they're bringing over 50 games with their partners and their first party included here. Over 50 games alone on the Xbox side of things. This is like E3 all over again, man. So yeah, I definitely could see them announcing something here. That'd be dope if it was. Not gonna hold my breath, but I definitely see it. I see it.
I'm trying to think.
Something on, was it like Project Shaolin? Or even Contraband. I'm hoping we get to see an update on, or at least a sneak peek on Project Shaolin, but Contraband, fingers crossed on an update.
Yeah. I'm thinking if it's something that's like a new game that could it be another reason why Avowed was pushed back? Like if they had something like that's ready to drop this year. That they were like, well, it's actually, we're going to go ahead and drop this thing. Like,
they pushed Avowed for something else. I'm going to be even more pissed. Stop. Stop it.
When is that Gears of War thing supposed to come out?
Oh, that's like 2026, 7.
There was smoke. Yeah. Some people were trying to say next year. None of us, I don't think, believe that. I think most of us think it's 2026. It'll be for the next console if they're going to launch in 2026.
So they probably wouldn't shadow drop that.
But what if there is a Gears collection and that's one of the things?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, if there was a
Just
Phoenix
remember, I just
collection,
said that.
certainly be
So
possible. Yeah, you did. Yeah, no. If the Phoenix collection was real and they wanted to do something crazy like that, they could, right? Would that be crazy if they just piggyback that and that was also the PS5 announcement? that they were dropping the Phoenix
Wow.
collection and it's coming to PS5.
That would be
That would-
I
crazy.
think I would just love to see what's on Twitter or what's on X at that point, because people
Yeah.
would be happy for the fact that it's
Yeah.
it's coming now, and then wait, it's going to PS5.
PS5.
But make it
Yeah.
a console war thing, because if you have it where now it's multiplayer, much like
Yes.
Mav was saying for Halo, it's like
Yes.
just
Oh, yeah.
use those bouncing skills off the wall and obliterate the PS5 players.
Steel and I have been saying all along, bring them. A bunch of newbies into gears, wall bouts and shotties. Oh, it's on. We would love it. Bring them on.
Oh, it'd be
Have
like
them come on in.
it'd be such a realization of what like good first party multiplayer games
Oh.
feel like for that audience.
Again,
You know?
skill based. Because,
Right.
again, that is all skill based. That's why the casuals hate it.
Even with Forza, like that'd be like the first great multiplayer online racing game if that happened for them. Like that's a first party published game.
Well,
Like,
has Gran Turismo's online multiplayer gotten better? Is it actually pretty good?
It's definitely improved. Probably about the biggest thing you have to watch for are those that purposely like drop their rating so they can get more wins. It's the same thing Forza Motorsport has sometimes, where people will purposely like cause a penalty so that way they get a lower rating, and then they get put into a lobby or a group where they can easily win the race, and then it's like a endless cycle.
I
But,
don't understand the concept.
Yeah, Drive
Yes.
Club was their last attempt on multiplayer for Arcade Racer. And my whole story of why I came to Xbox is because that thing came out broken after a year's delay, and it was still broken 3 months afterwards, where it's like once you were in, you finished the race, you were booted. And it's like you couldn't do another race right afterwards without kind of like closing the app, reopening it. Then there was a matter of, well, people were able to cheat the system by reloading and then loading with a different car. So it's like, oh, you're supposed to do an A-class race. Well, this person has a S2 class car that they're just going to lap the field before the end of the race. So yeah, it had its, eye candy points and stuff like that in the rain and stuff. But outside of that, yeah, it would blow a lot of their minds as far as multiplayer online racing, having it where it's consistent control, a variety of different track layouts, a variety of different weather, and the variety of tuning to the point where it makes a big difference. So yeah, they're not ready, because even tuning in Gran Turismo is nowhere near as in depth as it is for Forza, even Horizon for that matter.
No.
track is still like Forza's better on the track than the outside experience from the track. I think GT takes it, right? Like there's just more stuff in the game outside of racing where it matters most. Is you're gonna have more fun time racing with in Forza, right? But like, I still like all that other shit. I like all that other stuff, and I think Forza needs to catch up a little bit with that stuff. But multiplayer wise, I think both of them have a long way to go for their online. Like Forza used to be so great online, with the car clubs and like everything they were doing there, and it kind of like has gotten too sporty, like too much, just focused a little bit on ultra motorsports and a little bit too serious to where they're just focusing on hardcore stuff, and it's kind of taken some of that car culture aspect away, which used to be more of a part of the game, right? Which is the part that GT7 does well, I think. So anyway, like besides that, it'd be interesting to see what happens, like what game's going to be. But yeah, we do have a list of actual games that are going to be shown from Xbox, starting actually with the opening night live. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Indiana Jones are both going to be at Keighley's showcase. I'm actually excited to see a new Indiana Jones trailer. What I'm hoping, and maybe you're hoping this too, Pong, because I know you really loved what we saw at the last showcase, was I hope we get another segment kind of like what we saw at the Xbox Summer Showcase, where you kind of like shows a little bit more of a story thread and more of that Indiana Jones moment in time, kind of like, because that was pure indie, and that got my hype level even higher and higher for that game. And if we get another moment, like a little set piece glimpse like that, then to solidify that, hey, this is going to be pure Indiana Jones, like that's what I want to see from it. And I'm hoping that's what we see. But what do you guys think we'll actually see from Indy at opening night live? Is it just a trailer, some gameplay, or?
I think some gameplay. I'm really hoping we see more of the hand-to-hand combat. I just want to, like, between the sound, because they already got the sound down pat. I guess I'm gonna have to wait until I have the controller in hand, kind of thing. But the hand-to-hand looks like it's going to be like chef's kiss on that, as far as being able to punch them in the face, knock glasses off, or hit them hard enough where a helmet comes off, kind of thing. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing, more of the hand-to-hand stuff. Maybe some of the third-person traversal stuff, but I'm anything they're willing to show us, I'm going to be excited for the fact that hopefully between now and December, or sometime in December, we'll get to play it, unless it gets moved up a little bit earlier and takes kind of what we thought was a Avowed slot kind of thing. So we'll see.
Yeah, right on, man. What about you, Pong?
I think we get more gameplay this time since they gave us a story, and I think since it's a story, I mean, I'd love to see more, like you said. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I just think that because they showed us so much of that, I think more gameplay. I'd actually like to see some exploring. If there is a section like, you know, tomb raiding, you know, indie style, like I would like to see something like that kind of setting. Maybe they introduce us to another character or two as well, that we're going to meet during the story. But I think overall, I think this time around should be a more solid slice of gameplay. Whereas the first trailer was really broken up. Obviously, we got to see a lot of different scenarios. I'd like to see one kind of, even if it's just 2 minutes of just straight gameplay, no cut, kind of stuff with whip, you know, like Fuzzy said, hand-to-hand whip, a little bit of gunplay, maybe one set piece or something like that, kind of showing something off. But yeah, that's what I think we're going to get this time around, is gameplay from Indy, with obviously a solid release date. I mean, that's what this is going to be all about here. I think we're getting the actual date this time around. So
Right on.
Can't wait.
So also there's Black Ops 6, which maybe it's weird to have this expectation it's going to be at Keeley's show first, I guess. But I'm wondering if we get a first look at the campaign here, kind of like a actual campaign trailer, or maybe some, hey, this is gameplay from multiplayer matches or something like that. Babe, you usually don't like watch these showcases and stuff like that, but knowing that Call of Duty is going to be there, well, you think you might be interested?
It doesn't make me any more interested, but like I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I watch it through like your stream.
right. Watch it more through to watch us watch it.
Yeah, basically.
So Marvel Rivals is also going to be there. Dune Awakening, Civ 7, Monster Hunter Wilds. That's 6 pretty big games that already, like, for me, is worth watching opening night live.
Oh yeah.
So just between those 6, I don't know what else is going to be there, right? But obviously he knows those are 6 big games worth promoting there, so that's why I put it on the thing. So, but we'll be co-streaming this, guys. So it's on Tuesday, the 20th, at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern. So that's 1 p.m. Central. So we'll be going live, I guess, probably around 1:30 Eastern here on the channel. It's 30 minutes before opening night live. And so come hang out if you want to watch Keeley's show with us. We'll be co-streaming and see what we get to see from Call of Duty, see what we get to see from Indiana Jones, Marvel Rivals, Monster Hunter Wilds, Dune Awakening, Civ 7. Lots of cool stuff there. But also, what we have is 3 days of streams from Xbox with a shit ton of games. I haven't ever seen them announce just like a full huge list like this before, like in a promo like this for Gamescom. Is this new for you guys too? Like, I haven't noticed this
Biggest show
before.
they've ever had, right? And on top of that, they had Greenberg coming out 2 weeks ago and said if you're not going to be able to watch it, or if you're not going to be able to get there in person, you want to watch it. Like, you want to schedule time to watch it, meaning that there's going to be announcements like that aren't even on here, right? That they're talking about. So yeah, but I think this is the biggest one they've ever done. I think, and don't forget, my favorite girl, Tina Amini. This is her first time. She's handling all of this now, Mav. It's a different world. She was out posting on X the past couple of days talking about it, that they're all set, that they've had a lot of planning going into this. So this is Tina Amini's world now. Like, I think they've given her the reins. Now that she's proven what she can do, like I said, she's one of the best Xbox hires they've had in a long ass time. That's why I think we're seeing even more emphasis on this, along with the simple fact that they just have so much to show. But I think that that's a part of it. This is a big marketing spot for them right here.
Yeah, I mean, I have the list up on the screen, and it's just like, fuck, like there's so many games here, like I want to see more from.
Is that something you co-stream also, or no?
Well, I don't know how, because these things like lasting hours and hours each day. Like they're doing so many things, right? Like, have they announced the times for these streams yet?
9
Yeah,
in
they
the
had the
morning,
times with the
Eastern.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah,
it's like 8 a.m.
yeah, and I ain't doing that. But why does it have to be in Europe? Come on, guys. Let's come up over the States and have it later in the evening, just like normal. But yeah, Xbox Gamescom live stream Wednesday, August 21st. I'm just gonna go through this list of games, and y'all can just say, want to see that, whatever it is that interests you. Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred.
No.
Definitely watch it.
So from that, we're gonna see the new class, right?
Yep.
I'm super excited
The
for that.
expansion map. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
The Diablo Immortal, yeah, kid care less, honestly. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl. Does this say Chernobyl? Is that how you spell Chernobyl?
Yes, Chernobyl.
I thought it was with an E.
I'm pretty sure it is with an E.
I thought it was
Where?
CHERONOBYL.
Yeah, it's
It is.
definitely an E.
Did they misspell it?
It says Chernobyl.
They misspelled it for sure.
Interesting.
Are we just living in? Is this one of
No.
those like Bernstein Bears situations?
The Mandela effect, is that what that's
Yeah.
called?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely with an E. I just looked it up.
Or maybe
Yeah.
this is the
Unless that's how
alternate-
they're spelling that.
Yeah, maybe it's the alternate reality within the Stalker universe. It's Chernobyl instead of Chernobyl.
As well, but I could
They
be wrong.
couldn't get the
Yeah.
official Chernobyl rights.
Yeah, on Google it's spelt with a O.
Is it
Wow.
on Google?
Yep.
Like the actual
Yep.
name of this?
No, the Stalker game.
Oh,
Okay.
Like, I'm looking at game art also, and they are spelling it with an O.
So maybe in the Ukraine, that's how they spell it.
maybe.
Yeah.
I
or
could've
maybe they
sworn
just
it
didn't
was
want that. They just wanted to spell it like that.
Luis Jose says that's Ukrainian name. And then Alvin says they intentionally spelled it wrong.
Okay.
Brett says
Okay.
Chernobyl is the American spelling.
Uh,
And then Luis says, no, that's the official Ukraine name. Okay. I didn't know. Why don't we just spell it with an O here? It seems like a simple change.
Because America's right, so we just do it our way.
So Chernobyl is the Russian spelling and Chornobyl is the Ukrainian spelling. Why don't we just spell it with a O? I don't know. It seems like it'd be an easy thing to unify. Anyway.
no, there's
Anyway.
no unifying between the two.
And then there's Atomfall.
Yeah.
It's spelled with an O. I'm excited for that.
What did
I'm
you?
looking-
How did
yeah,
you
look
think
for
that'd be
more of that.
spelled? ATEM?
Well, I don't. I'm confused now. I don't know anymore. My whole world is turned upside down. Like, O's and E's, like you just interchange them. You know. But Atom Fall is made by Rebellion, who we're used to from, like Sniper Elite. What was it? The zombie army game.
Yep.
Which is awesome and a really well made game.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. So seeing this is like a different kind of game for them, and Game Pass day and date.
Mm-hmm. Next year.
It could be a surprisingly good game.
Okay,
one
I
with
think
the
I
phone
remember it
booths
now.
in the UK. Remember they had the UK phone booths, Fuzzy? And it's set in like a World War One almost, like alternate reality, World War One maybe, or World War Two, but they got the semi mechs, like the partial mechs or whatever else that you kind of ride around in, steampunk-esque mixed with reality. And we kind of didn't know what was going on. They had scientists running around, and there was a bunch of other stuff like underground laboratories and stuff that was experimenting with shit. And then there had something to do with the phone booths, like the phone booths were something. So yeah, it's just a really fun, odd looking kind of AA game. I can't wait because Rebellion's shooting's always good. Again, Sniper Elite's freaking amazing, so I can't wait to see what they do there.
Yeah.
Then we got Starfield Shattered Space. Or maybe just a couple of us that are excited for that. I don't know.
Might be.
Definitely.
I just want the land vehicles.
Did you see the clip of the land vehicle, babe, on Twitter?
I heard you talk about it, but didn't you say you didn't know if it was legit or not?
It's legit. Yeah.
Is it?
I looked it up. Yeah. Rebs posted it. It was legit. So.
Oh, if Rebs posted it, must be.
Obviously.
I have no fucking idea who that is.
He posted a ton of Halo stuff. He gets a ton of Halo info, which is always good. So.
Does that translate to Starfield info?
It does translate to Starfield.
Okay, that's fair enough.
It's Microsoft Xbox.
Yeah. So, it seemed legit. It's kind of like a space golf cart. It's kind of what it seemed like.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to DM it to me or something.
If you're like in the McKinney, babe, where we used to live over there, you see like the rich spoiled kids all driving around their golf carts to McDonald's and stuff. You know, it's like that, but in space.
So it's a golf cart.
Pretty much, but a space cart.
Than that.
A little bit.
It's bigger than that.
It's a little bit bigger, not too much.
It's like a moon rover. Yeah, it is bigger.
Yeah, it's moon cart.
Is it are you enclosed in it or no?
It's semi-open.
Like
it's got an open cockpit to it.
Yeah, like a golf cart.
Okay.
But maybe bigger wheels.
Okay.
Fong about to kill you.
Then we got Age of Mythology Retold.
Nice.
Hell yeah. What if that's game that's going multi-plat?
You said that last time.
Or I said Age of Empires.
Yeah, same thing. Like what? Again, I mean, it would be crazy because if there's one genre that absolutely PlayStation guys and gals don't touch, it's RTSs. But who knows? Maybe they got to cultivate it. Like you said last night. Maybe they'll cultivate the fan base and they'll start.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
I think I'm about to start another war because of this whole O and E thing. Because we have a lot of explanations in the chat. So Brett says we should be using Ukrainian spellings and not Russian because Ukrainian is the original Slavic language Russian is derived from. Hence, the actual motherland is in Ukraine, not Russia. Then Umbra says when Ukraine became independent from the former Soviet Union, the Ukrainian government requested that international agencies reestablish the original spellings of Ukrainian cities, regions, and names. You cannot tell me you guys are not getting this shit from Wikipedia right now. I mean, come on. Umbra says that's why they have different spellings. Ukrainians is the original spelling of Chernobyl.
Umbra will try to claim that he just knows this off the top of his head.
Yeah,
copy and paste.
History books. Yeah, but
I'm gonna go look for Wikipedia and see if that's like exactly what Wikipedia says about the spelling of Chernobyl and the history of it. However it's supposed to be spelled. I just always have seen it with an E for whatever reason. So it just kind of caught me off guard when I saw it with the O. You guys acting like, hey, yeah, let me tell you my history prowess here over the Russian regions over there, and let me tell you about the history and everything going on with the Soviet Union and the spellings of Chernobyl, which I'm actually took 3 years of classes over in college. Yeah. Thanks, Umber.
And see,
Appreciate
if
you,
this
bro.
was the 80s, they would already have vans and unmarked cars at their houses.
Probably.
Right.
Oh, you know an awful lot about Russia. Yeah, let's take a ride.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you know this exactly? What school did you learn this from? All right. So Overwatch 2, you cool. Forza Horizon 5, PlayStation 5. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Dustborn, and more. I'm excited about the and more because that's mysterious. Thursday, August 22nd, we get Star Wars Outlaws. You still on the Star Wars Outlaws train, Pong, or did you get dissuaded like some other people did?
No, I said I'm still. Yeah, no, I said this last week. I'm still on it because again, I'm getting Ubisoft Plus, so I'm not gonna pay full price. I'm gonna try it in early access and see if I like it. So, but I know I'm not dissuaded at all. Everything I've seen, it still looks good to me. Ubisoft is my fast food of gaming, so I always enjoy what they give us, and I think that this does still, to me, capture a lot of the Star Wars that I've always wanted to see too. On top of it, because we don't get to usually do things like in the gray area, like this game is presenting, and it's without lightsabers, which I'm cool with. Again, I want to play as Sith, and I want to be able to do all that kind of stuff, and love games like that. But at the same time, we can also have a game where we don't have Jedi per se in a Star Wars universe. There's lots of stories to tell within Star Wars. So yeah, no, I think outside of Nyx and the stupid little Disney creature that every Star Wars thing has to have now, yeah, no, I think everything else about this game definitely I'm still on board with for sure.
Right on.
So wait, is this like a Western Star Wars?
Yeah, you are a part of the underworld of Star Wars, so you're dealing with the gangster factions within Star Wars, right? So you're smugglers and that kind of stuff. Yeah, and you are, you are kind of a girl who needs to kind of play between the factions to make her way, all right, to get her money. And so yeah, but you can choose who factions you work for. So you like go to work for Jabba, the Hutt family, right? And or plenty of the other factions out there, and you're actually doing running for them. You can get in trouble with the Empire because you're outside of the Empire's laws, in fact. So you can be wanted by the Empire. So yeah, it's kind of like
that sounds kind of fun. It kind of sounds like Starfield a little bit.
Yeah, parts of Starfield. Yeah, if you're
working
obviously
for
if you're
different
pirates. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. It's kind of like open world too, so you
Is
can
it a
go
multiplayer or just single player?
Single.
Huh.
Yeah, you can go to different planets, and it's kind of like you can like I think you can take off and land on the planets and stuff too.
Yeah,
like
you can. It's a loading screen, but yes,
Yeah.
they've made it so that it
Kinda
looks like it's
sounds
taking
fun.
off landing. Yeah, yeah.
you might like it, babe. Might be up your alley. So World of Warcraft: The War Within. I know Jez Corden will be super excited to see that. Anybody else here play World of Warcraft? Fuzzy, do you dabble in that at all, or?
I'm waiting until it comes to console before I really
Okay.
give it a try.
I think that'll happen.
Maybe that's announced.
Maybe. It could. I remember like one of the first questions that was asked after the ABK acquisition was finalized before BlizzCon was to somebody at Blizzard, and they were asked, hey, are you going to put WoW now on consoles? And they said, hey, why not? Like, well, we're looking at all possibilities or whatever. So I think it could happen, but we'll see. Fallout 76 Milepost Zero. Another big Fallout 76 update. They keep adding tons of content to that game, and the player base is still going strong. Towerborn. I actually want to see more of Towerborn. I still kind of like don't know what the gameplay loop is going to be. That's one that's supposed to hit this year, so maybe we'll get an official date at Gamescom for that.
Yeah.
Should hopefully, if it's actually going to launch this year. Hopefully, it's not another delay.
I think we get early access or something like that, or it'll be like a preview. So I think they're still probably going to take feedback from the community on some things. So I didn't get to play the beta or anything like that, so no, I'm not under NDA or anything, but just getting the feeling that they're probably going to go ahead and release it. Some of the things they'll take feedback and then that'll help change or pivot the direction and stuff like that. So.
It seems like a game that to me should have launched like grounded and kind of grown over time, like with early access or game preview or whatever. But we'll see. Maybe that's what they're doing and they'll do it this year. They're supposed to launch this year anyway. So then we get Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, which is I think that's already out. Is it Gold Road expansion?
Yes, it's already out. Yes.
Okay.
Everybody's been playing it.
Then there's Frag Punk. This is one that I'm super excited to see more of. It was the 5v5 hero shooter that looked actually a little bit more fun. I had like the big head mode and all these other kind of fun, silly things with the cards, where you kind of create moments and different wacky stuff happening. They showed this at the Xbox Game Showcase. So Fragpunk, anybody there for that?
Worth giving it a try. I'm not sure. Hero shooters are not really my bag, but I do like the aspect of the cards. Like you said, the big head mode. It's like, oh yeah, easier target type of thing. But yeah, I'm curious to see how crazy things can get with some of the card plays and things.
What game has more success, Fragpunk or Concord?
Ooh, probably Fragpunk.
I think
Coming
long
Game
term
Pass?
Fragpunk.
Fragpunk's in Game Pass?
Isn't it? I thought
I
that was
believe
announced.
so. It's either that or it's free to play. It's one of the two.
Yeah, it's free to play.
So-
Never mind. It's free
Okay,
to play.
yeah.
Yep. You're right. Yep. You're right. It was a free to play.
We got Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't know if this means anything. It didn't say Flight Sim 2024, which is the official title for this year's Flight Sim.
I think they're going to discuss both because they recently did some updates to the current one. But I think that's like it's either one more update or it's near end of life as far as updates.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything is going to be focused towards 2024. But I think that update was like either earlier this week or end of last week or something.
Right. 2 Point Museum, which is a newly announced game from Sega. They've had 2 Point Hospital before. They had 2 Point Campus, and now it's 2 Point Museum. I watched a little bit of the trailer the other day. It actually looks pretty damn awesome.
Is it like a animated looking game?
It's top down kind of.
Like, has Kaylee played them?
Yes, I played a little bit of
Okay.
2 Point Campus because it was in Game Pass at launch. And you build a school that in 2 Point
Okay,
Campus,
yeah.
but in this one you're building a museum. So you have like your different things. You have like your dinosaur exhibit. You can have like your space exhibit, or like all these other kind of things. Seems pretty cool. This is something that I don't know what the fuck Project Birdseye is. Have y'all heard of this?
That slipped through the crack. No, I think it's one that slipped through the cracks. Like we've heard of like Project Dragon and like Project Shaolin and the whole mess of other ones, but Birdseye is new.
I went to IGN. It says Project Birdseye is striking distance studios take on a fast action roguelike experience set in Black Iron Prison. So it's like a roguelike.
Set in prison?
Yeah. I see like monsters and stuff. Like it looks I've seen a little gameplay. It's like a top down kind of like roguelike shooter thing. It looks pretty cool, honestly. It kind of looks like a Hades style gameplay a little bit, but with like guns.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I had never heard of that. I was just watching the little bit of the trailer right now as I'm speaking. But yeah, from striking distance.
Okay.
And I don't know why it says Project Birdseye in quote. So maybe that's not the name of the game, and they're going to officially announce the name at some point here. Then we have Kill Knight, which I don't remember. Do y'all remember Kill Knight?
Yes, Kill
Yeah,
Knight is
yeah.
that great looking, super fast paced game that was that we did see. If you saw the video of it, you would totally know which one I'm talking about, because we
Was
all
it the
said the
murder
same thing.
robots or something?
We all said the same thing. Like Kill Night was all on our list of games that we want to watch. So,
Oh yeah, this looks like another roguelite, possibly.
this is can't remember if they actually said it was a roguelite or not. Hold on, because I wish listed it real quick.
From
So
Playside Studios.
yeah, it's releasing this year. It's a yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just a straight action
So action
style.
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fast, visceral, top-down, push-forward combat that rewards aggression and precision, and immersive, otherworld-dripping and corrosive atmosphere with a retro-inspired aesthetic. Descend through 5 fatal layers, each one more deadly than the last. Choose your challenge with 3 distinct difficulty settings to overcome. Survive long enough to raise your kill power, increasing speed and damage. Complete challenges to unlock your knight's arsenal and evolve your playstyle. Dive into master mode, combining all 5 layers into one extended arena challenge. Ascend the global leaderboards and compete with friends for high score supremacy. That's straight from the devs.
Wow.
Sounds awesome, man. They know how to talk about their game.
Dope as fuck. Yeah.
The gameplay looks sick too. I was just watching 3 games in a row here that like gameplay looked amazingly fun. Project Birdseye, Kill Night, and also now the first Berserker Kazan, which is usually not a game genre that I am very excited about, but this one really caught my eye because the art style and the look of the combat just looks like I got to grab a controller and play. Right? Like when you see a game, sometimes you just like you have to grab a controller and feel it and play it. Like that's what I want to do when I watch anything from first Berserker Kazan, man. And that's going to be there too on Thursday. So excited for that. You said Steele's really excited about that, right, Pong?
Oh yeah, he's sold day one. He doesn't need to see anymore. He doesn't want.
Okay.
He's like, I'm done. Yep, it's exactly what he looks for in a game like that. Yeah, he's all in.
Eternal Strands. Don't recall that game off the top of my head.
It sounds, but I can't remember what it looks like either.
Sounds
Yeah, Eternal Strands is that new game from that new developer from former whatchamacallit devs, Ubisoft devs, and oh god dang it, who else? We saw this one where they got a lot of big bosses that you can climb up on as well and take down. Yeah, that it was that new why can't I think of the studio offhand? Hold on.
I see a lot of
awful with this because they were pumping the hell out of it. Who the hell? Let's see. Winning composer from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Yeah, again, like I said, Yellow Brick Games. That's who it is. Yellow Brick Games.
Gorgeous art style on it.
Yes. Looks dope as hell. A lot of cool mechanics to it.
Man, it's crazy. I'm just kind of like glimpsing at some of these games that they're going to be showing now on Google, right? Some of these that I'm not as familiar with, and I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that, and it just like looks pretty fucking awesome. I completely forgot about this game, dude. Planet Coaster 2,
former BioWare and Ubisoft devs. That's who Yellow Brick Games is.
Okay, well that's some good pedigree, right?
Yep.
Planet Coaster 2, Life is Strange, Double Exposure. A lot of Life is Strange fans out there. The casting of Frank Stone. Was that was a horror game, was it?
I think so. Let me take a look.
Yeah, this had the guy like wearing. Okay, yeah, he had like the metal mask on.
Mm-hmm.
It's the gruesome crimes of a sadistic killer spawns horrors beyond comprehension. Delve into the mystery of Cedar Hills alongside. Yeah, this is like it's a horror game. This one stood out to a lot of people when it was shown. I remember. So that's one I'll be keeping an eye on a little bit because it looks more like fun horror a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mecha Break. They just announced something with Xbox beta or something like that.
Coming out with an Xbox beta. That is correct. Yep.
Did they? Do you know when that is?
I don't remember the date on it, but yes, it is coming soon. So
I remember seeing something on Twitter today about it.
Yes, they did talk about it, and they announced that it was going to be coming. So, but yeah, everybody get ready for Mecha Break. So,
okay. Little Nightmares 3.
Yep.
Date Everything, which sounds like a 3-bit game.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's either a 3-bit game or a Psycho game.
It's a 3-bit game for sure.
With it being on Xbox as opposed
yeah.
to being something you would find on Nintendo, it's probably more 3-bit than Psycho.
Yeah. It's
if it was
definitely-
Nintendo,
I just looked at the box art for this thing just by typing the name of the game into Google, and it's just like a 3-bit game. This is probably going to be his game of the year for 2025
Probably best
or
ever.
2024. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
He won't wind up coming and playing Space Marine 2 with us, but he'll be talking about this game nonstop.
Yeah. You can't see us right now, Marty, because I have the list of these games up for you guys to see. If I can get rid of the names, but I just leaving them up there so you guys can see with this. But that was for day 2. And more. Again, I'm most excited about the and more because mysteries. However, it seems like I don't know about you guys, but it seems like they're saving the heavy hitters for day 3. Like, it seems like Friday, August 23rd is probably the day we're going to get the biggest announcements from Xbox. Because from first party wise, this is what they're bringing out. And not only from first party, but also you got some Game Pass day and date stuff in here too. But you got Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Avowed, and Aura History Untold all showing on their stream on Friday, August 23rd. So that is the 3 of the next big first party games from Xbox Game Studios. Then they're talking Sea of Thieves content. And then they have 33 Immortals, which is a highly anticipated day and date Game Pass game. Then they're bringing out Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. Then they're bringing out Metaphor ReFantazio. Then they're bringing out Tales of Iron 2, which is isn't that the mouse game that you're excited for, Pong?
Which one?
Tales of Iron.
Yes, Tales of Iron 2. Yes,
Yep.
that is correct. That's a little mouse game. It's freaking dope.
Then Squirrel with a Gun, which you also said you're excited about.
I love squirrels. Yeah, $15, bro. Come on.
Path of Exile 2, which is highly anticipated, gonna be amazing, and First Descendant. This is your Tales of Iron 2, Squirrel with a Gun, Path of Exile 2, and First Descendant. That's Pong's section right there. That's the Pong Soul section of Friday. Actually, but also that's right after Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 and Metaphor ReFantazio, bro. The Friday is the day, guys. There's tons of awesome shit on Friday. Then you got Path of Exile, First Descendant, Commandos Origins, and more. So I'm just gonna call it right now. If there's any other big random announcements or big announcements for Xbox, I think will probably happen on Friday the 23rd. Unless it happens at Keeley's show on Opening Night Live. But they're bringing out all their big first party heavy hitters and some of the bigger games all on Friday. So, maybe that's the day. If we do a co-stream, maybe we'll do, besides Opening Night Live, maybe we'll do for Friday the 23rd. But it's a long day. But man, what I'm excited most, guys, is how much we're gonna have to fucking talk about next week.
We are that.
All these games. Is there on Friday? What stands out to you the most? That you're excited most about from that? Because it's you could pick one of 10 games. It sounds like.
for me or for Pong?
We'll go with whoever. Fuzzy first. Yeah, sorry.
All right. As much as I enjoyed the beta, 33 Immortals, I know that's probably the smallest game on here, but I like what I got to play as far as with just random people fighting bosses and things like that. So definitely we're going to, if we do a community game night, we need some healers out there because there's going to be people that get obliterated with the crowd control effects and things like that. So that's a game I'm going to have a ton of fun with. Probably the biggest game, only because of the genre I'm into at this minute, is Path of Exile 2. Really looking forward to that. Knowing that it's going to be more spreadsheets than Diablo, and I've kind of gotten into the spreadsheet stuff for Diablo.
Mhm.
So having something that's going to be a deeper dive into that type of stuff, I think I'm ready for it, but we'll see. The fact that we're getting something announced for First Ascendant, so it's probably additional season stuff, more characters. Fingers crossed that we get some more Game Pass perks. I think they already had some perks for like a weapon skin and a couple other smaller things. But if Game Pass gets some more perks and like new content and seasonal stuff, yeah, it's going to be worth putting money into season passes and other DLC stuff that they'll have in the future. So I think this will be a game that's going to supplant. At some point it'll supplant Destiny 2. But outside of that, real excited to see what Space Marines 2 is going to be like. Just want to see a little bit more of Indiana Jones, but like the big ones on there for me is Path of Exile and 33 Immortals. But there's like no weak link on that list. Like
No,
everything
it's stacked.
is like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'll play that. Oh yeah, I'll definitely play that. That one I'll give a try. And then like the rest of them are like, yeah, that's a solid, put it in the rotation of games for the week and stuff like that. So
What about you, Pong? For Friday, like it's
All of
hard for you, man. Like
It's all of it, man, because everything in there I want to see. That we kind of, as we went through it last night too. Like I said, everything was like, oh wait, but I really want that too. I really want that. I
what a list of games. Just like
mean, it is
in general
I mean,
for the 3 days. Just like
obviously Space Marine 2, because I think that's going to be moving up my list. I think that's going to be a game of the year quality type game. I'm so freaking excited for Space Marine 2. It's not even funny anymore. So Space Marine 2, I want to see what more they're going to show, because every time they've showed it, it's been better and better and better. Obviously, Avowed is going to be bittersweet, just like it was when we saw Starfield, knowing that it was pushed out, right? So anything from Avowed, even though it's still one of my most anticipated now next year first party titles from Xbox. It'll be nice to see the improvements that they've been doing on Avowed, but it's just going to make me want to play it more. So whatever. Hoping that Indiana Jones gets a 2024 release date. So I am excited for Indiana Jones because we're going to get the release date here. So I really want to see that. I want to know when we're going to have that showing up in Game Pass and in our hands, because that's going to be a great time. Aura History Untold, obviously PC only, but can't be more excited for a 4X strategy game, for something different. After we saw that breakdown, Mav, of Aura History Untold and what the team's doing with it and how it looks, and all the veterans that are in there, the Civ veterans that are working on this. Yeah, Aura History Untold is definitely going to be good. Girl, squirrel with a gun. I mean, again, the whole Friday is amazing. Path Exile 2, the First Descendant. Yes, give it to me more. Friday is just absolutely stacked. Every single day is actually stacked if you look at it. So, but yeah, I probably would say that the only one that it'd be easier for me to say I'm not interested in Sea of Thieves, right? And 33 Immortals, give me or take. Again, I think the game looks fun, but is it going to be something I'm going to be doing a lot, like playing a lot? I don't think I can see myself playing that one a lot. So those two are the ones that I'm not interested in, but everything else, Commando's Origins, yes, please. I want to see more of that as well. Those are the only two that I'm not interested in so far. And they said, and more. So
yeah, on each day, there's other games, which means there could be, who knows how many surprises and
be surprised,
little announcements and whatever else may be shown at Keeley's show. If there's something else there, could fill in some of this time as well. We're in for a full, was it 4 days? Because of the 20th with Keeley, and then following these other 3 days. It's
Tuesday through Friday, man.
Exciting.
It's gonna be crazy because normally Thursday, like normally for us, Mav, like PM to PM, we usually anything big happening or the shows that happen there, we talk about it all. But come Xbox Ultimate next week, we got a whole Friday full of great shit that we're gonna be able to talk about. It's gonna be brand spanking freaking new. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, they're going big time It's this year's, and like we're already starting to see some of the leaks and insiders coming out, like with things and stuff, like Shinobi with the whole thing regarding Xbox and the big game going multi-plat. And there's some other stuff that's starting to come out about other things, and there's also a lot of speculation about Final Fantasy 16 going to Xbox soon and getting announced at some point here, which we're just waiting for that announcement to happen. I mean, they've pretty much said it's going to happen. Square or the developers of Final Fantasy 16, when they said other places, obviously they're referring to Xbox. So who knows when that announcement's going to come down, but like there's going to be so much fun stuff to talk about. And then what it kind of, for me, Gamescom is like leading into the start of this like really busy final part of the year for the next few months, where we're going to have just tons and tons of games to play. So and if this list of even the games that we just ran over is any indication, I mean, it's like it's a lot of stuff. But babe, is there anything else that stood out to you that you're intrigued by? It seemed like you're actually maybe excited to see Star Wars Outlaws a little bit.
Yeah,
now.
I want to see that, and I want to know more about what everything you can do in Flight Sim.
Okay.
I'm really interested in that.
And that Flight Sim is on the Thursday.
Are you just asking about Friday?
Well, no, I'm saying like on Thursday we'll see Flight Sim. I was just letting you
Right.
know, like we'll see that on Thursday. So I'm excited to see that too. The last trailer, I need to watch it again with you, because they had like all these different jobs, and there was like a ton of things, and I'm really looking forward to doing that too. So Flight Sim's one of those games where they say it's not a game, but it's amazing.
They're gamifying it now.
Yeah, I was
So-
gonna say they're kind of turning it into a
Even
game
more,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, they're gamifying it for sure. But yeah,
It's awesome.
When of Final Fantasy 16 is Game Pass, like we talked about, Mav.
That'll be
Like, that would be a
huge.
big end of the year if it's like an end of the year one to add to Game
Right.
Pass on top of COD, I can't talk. On top of COD, and everything else, Indiana Jones and everything else showing up at the end of the year. Throw in Final Fantasy 16 in Game Pass as well. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a nice end of the year little present.
Parks Christmas
Yep.
for one and all.
Just
Yep.
because I love exciting chaos and massive news. Here's my like dream scenario for next week. We get some huge game that we didn't know about coming to Xbox this year. That's one.
Mhm. Yep.
We get Halo Infinite announced as going to PlayStation.
Jesus.
And we get Final Fantasy 16 announcements coming to Game Pass.
You want to burn Twitter down, don't you?
I just want to see. I just want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. I want to see the outcome. I want to see the reaction. I want to see all this shit. I also want to see the Elite 3 announced. And then Xbox allude again to a handheld and other hardware. I want to see them talk about it, mention it again, and tease it in some kind of sort of way.
Teasing the handheld would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I can imagine the 30 plus spaces about Halo coming to PS5, and then the 90 plus spaces about, Final Fantasy 16 coming to Game Pass. That I think Elon would have to get new servers, because somebody's going to break it. Somebody's going to break it.
Yeah. It'd be amazing to see. I can't wait to see all this stuff. It's going to be fun next week. We're going to have lots of coverage here, guys. We'll do co-stream for opening night live, at least, like I said, and then maybe we'll do some other stuff throughout the week. But obviously, we have our regular shows. Monday, we got FSP at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And there'll be games coming out next week, too. So we'll be covering that stuff. But this has been a fun show, guys. We didn't really console war too much. It's crazy. You can have fun without doing that.
Yeah.
We did talk a little bit of shit about PlayStation, but just a little bit.
You haven't done much lately to be in the news or to even talk about.
That's right. Well, they have Plucky Squire
They do
coming
have
to PlayStation Premium.
the
So
random weird one day and date game showing up.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
For all the people looking forward to it, congratulations. Well, this was actually really cool to have Kate surprise us
It was.
on the show. And did you have fun, babe?
I did. I did have fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you decided to hop on. Fancy. But tell everybody where they can find your TikToks.
Oh, I wasn't even gonna mention my TikTok.
But
I don't even-
you're like super popular on TikTok.
no. I don't even know my TikTok handle right now. I think it's Caitlin_fancy.
I think so.
Pretty sure that's what it is. That's where you can find me. Thanks for having me.
And Twitter, it's CaitlynX0615, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
Sorry, I
on
haven't
the,
done this in so long.
it's in the description, so you can find her there.
Am I still in the description?
Yeah, I'm gonna take you away from the description.
Caitlin X0615
Yeah,
Oh yes.
on X.
That's me.
on X.
Fuzzy, appreciate you as always being here, bro. Double duty on podcasting today, and I had a blast with you both times. Tell everybody where they can find your rambles and rants.
Yeah, this was awesome. Awesome having Caitlin back with us and everything, and just awesome chilling with you guys. Got to hang out with you, Mav, earlier today on my wife's podcast. What a way to finish off the night. Talking about Gamescom. Looking forward to all the games. So thanks to everybody in the chat for coming in and joining us. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate you guys taking the time to check us out. But like Mav said, if you want to hear my rambles and rants on anything gaming related, just follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at fuzzy_Belvedere, where you can find all the podcasts that I'm on. I'm pretty sure Pong will get into our return for Saturday, but also we'll be on Pixelated Echoes on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with 3-Bit. And I might make an appearance just before that with Web Dave at 7 on that same night. But we'll see, because I'm supposed to hit the road with the wife Sunday morning. So we'll see how that goes.
Right on, man. I appreciate you as always, Fuzz. Thanks for being here. And then the one and only Pong Soul. Shout out to you, bro. Thanks for managing to make it here on this Friday night. You know.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I could.
I'm just messing with you, dude.
I know you are, bro. I know you get to give me a lot of shit too. So again, Sniffles,
Yeah, because you called me Sniffles for like for a couple weeks. That is a legitimate health concern.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know.
I almost had to be hospitalized.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
know.
God, shut
Yeah,
up.
totally. She's got me back here.
She could see I was
Anyways.
miserable.
Being miserable.
We were both miserable,
Right.
babe. Trust me.
Right. Oh man, no, I love y'all. I'm glad I could be here tonight, Caitlin. It was great to hear your voice. You know that, girl. Love having you
Thank you.
jump on anytime. You always bring a different flavor, and that's what's cool. So I miss that. It used to be all the damn time. Now it's
I
just
know.
rare, but it was awesome to have you here tonight. And of course, Fuzzy, great to talk to you, sir. And yeah, and of course, Mav, Sniffles, good to talk to you again, man. 2 nights in a row. Again, I don't know how you're pulling through this death sickness that you have, but you are. So you just keep showing up. So we're
Just
happy.
lots of tissues.
Yeah, lots of tissues. Yeah, lots of recovery time afterwards. I'm sure
You see
fall
this?
asleep in 16 hours.
Oh,
You see,
don't-
you see why this
Oh
is
my
empty? You see why this is empty?
Jesus Christ.
I thought you were about to grab like a handful of
Yeah.
used
You want it? You
tissues.
want it?
Oh God, that's other shit.
He probably has them next to him.
I mean, in the trash is like shit ton.
I don't know what he used them for exactly.
Yeah,
but-
that's what I said. That's other stuff. That's next to the empty lotion bottle. Anyways, everybody, you know the drill. Tomorrow morning, we are just about what are we about 10 hours away, I guess, from another episode, live, raw, and uncut of Living Split Screen with myself and my brother from another Steel Rain. You know the drill by now. Set those alarms because we'll go live at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time. 3+ hours. We got a lot to get into. Steel is super excited for Black Myth Wukong. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow and kind of the stuff that we've been hearing through the review process. He's already got his stream thumbnails set up and everything else. So he's going to be live streaming that when that hits next week. So if you want to see some Black Myth Wukong and you want to see some high level gameplay, you join Steel Rain. You will get the sweaty, the hardest of the hard pause when you watch
Whoa.
Steel.
Hey.
Steel knows what he's doing. Hey, Steel gets naked when he
So
gets in these
naked,
games.
sweaty, and hard.
Hard Steel. Yes, that's what you get with the Steel Rain. That's right. But anyways, join us tomorrow first. We're gonna have a lot of good conversations tomorrow morning. That's for damn sure on Living Split Screen. And of course, tomorrow night, like Fuzzy said, the Shop Podcast is back, everybody. The best way to end your Saturday night is back. PTK made the announcement, and we're coming back big. So it's on PTK Blam's channel. You guys all know that. So go find Blam's channel. It's got Blam, it's got Fuzzy, it's got myself, and we always have guests. We're coming back big. So we got the one and only Sniffles showing up, right? Sniffles is going to be there. He's going to pull through another show tomorrow. Fun Speculation, aka Mav, will be there, the brother from another. But a dude I haven't talked to in a long damn time. A cool mofo that I just haven't had a chance to talk to, and K Mega. I used to do a couple shows with K Mega every once in a while back in the day when I first started podcasting, but it's been a long time since I got to be on a show with him. So we're gonna have a blast tomorrow night. So join the Shop Podcast, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time. The Shop Podcast, PTK Blam's channel, and then next week it starts all over again. Tuesdays, All Good Things Green, Double Barrel Games the channel, Boomsticks the man. 5 days a week, but Tuesdays, it starts at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time for the Xbox Factor podcast. Join them there. And then, of course, my week starts right here with this dude here on PM in the PM. Pong and Mav in the PM, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time next Thursday. Listen, y'all, we got a lot to talk about next week. It's going to be fun. We're going to be talking games, a lot of games next week. It's going to be great. This is the golden age of gaming, folks. Don't forget it. Some people out here are trying to tell you that there's nothing to play, there's no good, it's like we're not excited. Like, yeah, bullshit. This is the best time ever. Get out there, play what you love what you play. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you real soon. Mav, get us out of here, Brody.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Peace out. See you soon. Bye.
Later.
That's right, Lewis. Hardest of the hard. Don't forget it. You right.